Cops.
What's going on, guys? We're back here again today. Welcome back to the channel, Savage Panda Projects, the Habitat for Horsepower. So on today's review, we're going to be checking out this F30 Bmw 335i X-Drive. Guys, this car is BM3 Stage 2. It's going to be sick. Let's get to it. Guys, so I've got my buddy Anthony here today in his F30 Bmw 335i X-Drive. Anthony, I really appreciate you coming out, man. I'm definitely excited to review and react to this super nasty BMW 335. So would you briefly just cover all of your mods for us?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on the channel, Evan. Glad to be here. BM3 Stage 2. I've got the Wagner Catless downpipe, Wagner Evo Comp 1 intercooler, AFE drop-in air filter, and a muff delete. So looking at that today, getting some good clips, getting some good sounds. We're going to take it out and get some pops and crackles and all that good stuff. So I went ahead and brought it to a local shop, and they just kind of chopped up some stuff, put it all together. They did a pretty good job. I also got some 4-inch double-walled tips, so it looks good, but long-term I don't think I'll be keeping it. But we want to have fun with it while we still got it. So
well, it sounds really good, man. I love the exhaust. Something about N55 exhaust for BMW, it just has such a deep, aggressive, kind of burbly sound, and it's just, you can't ruin them. I mean, they just sound so aggressive, man. It's just got that nice presence about it. And with the Catless downpipe and that muffler delete, man, little muff DZ, man, that definitely will set it off.
And I was worried about that at first, because before I had the GTI and it wasn't a muffler delete, but it was still kind of like obnoxious for what it was. So no, I mean the 3.0, inline 6 sounds pretty good. I'm happy with the sound. I just think with my neighbors next door, I just got to tone it down a little bit. But I think it does sound great. You really can't ruin that N55.
Oh yeah,
the motors. So
absolutely, yeah. It sounds fantastic. Well, appreciate you doing the quick rundown as far as the mod list. Let's go ahead and just take a drive, man, and see what this F30 is all about.
We do. Let's get into it.
Alrighty, guys. So we're setting off here in the BMW 335i. BM3 Stage 2. Super excited for this, man. Why a 335? What got you started with that as a car?
So initially I blame you. But no, I'm pretty satisfied. We're going to talk about some of the things that need to change, but overall, man, it's got the power, it's got the luxury, performance. I'm pretty satisfied with all of that. Suspension's okay, that needs to change. So, but yeah, I mean, satisfied. I'm definitely satisfied. If I had to rate it on a 1 to 10 scale, I'd have to say an 8.5.
So let's see about this acceleration on this F30 here.
Alright.
Bro. Dude, that was ridiculous. Holy crap.
You can hear the Muff DZ spitting back there.
Oh my gosh. Dude, that tune is aggressive, dude.
It is.
Dude, BOOTMOD3, BM3, boot mode, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Dude, that's an aggressive tune, man.
Aggressive.
That caught my attention, dude, because earlier this year, I reviewed a 435i with the same N55 motor, and it was Turner Motorsport Stage 3.
Okay.
With all the full bolt-ons, and it was very strong, performed quite well, but dude, this definitely
aggressive.
Feels more violent, man.
It is.
That feels a lot more violent. Plus with X-Drive, I mean, that all-wheel drive, it just hooks.
No spins. I have not seen one spin.
It just hooks. I mean, that's crazy, dude.
And that was coming out of a turn.
Dude, that is just so violent. Oh my gosh.
I know, and
wow.
I've done some blogging. Some people are like, should I be concerned? Like how aggressive that is? I guess we'll find out. Just do kind of a light pull.
Yeah, dude, that pull's strong, bro. That pull's really strong.
Look at the torque. It's reading 430 or whatever that was.
Wow. You know, the exhaust is actually not super bad at cruising speeds. I know there's like, you're talking about a little drone kind of around like 1500 to 2000-ish, but I feel like once you get up to speed, it's actually not that bad.
You can barely hear it.
Yeah.
Again, it's just like, you know, when you're in the city, kind of cruising around, if you're in your neighborhood going home, it's just, you know, it's a little obnoxious to people who are probably walking their dog with their kids.
Well, it's good. I mean, a little drone's not bad. I mean, you go super aggressive, loud, catless exhaust, there's probably going to be some drone at some point in time, but I guess it's a matter of, like, how can you manage the drone with the best setup. But you talked about doing some other things with maybe a new catback, kind of get a little bit more of a resonator muffler combo there, just to kind of bring it down to maybe a little less. But I mean, dude, it still sounds fantastic though.
Pretty good,
I mean,
man.
it's, again, we're talking BMW N55 exhaust, like, it's going to sound good. So that's fantastic, bro.
Yeah, initially I was going to go with the catback just straight off the hip, but you know, the prices on them are pretty, I mean, they're up there. The ones that I really wanted were like 1,500 plus.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to justify that.
It was. So, you know, and you and I talked about it, just kind of giving the Muff DZ a shot. just give it a shot, see what it sounds like, see if you can bear it, and then go from there. So, I mean, with that said, I'm still glad I did it.
Any ideas as far as like wheel horsepower and torque figures? Have you got this car on the dyno yet?
I haven't got it on the dyno.
Okay.
Looking forward to doing that.
Planning on doing a dyno day at some point?
Dyno day. That's right, man.
That's
if you'll have me.
Dude, I'd love to.
If you'll have me.
We should definitely do a dyno day, man. It'd be pretty fun. I'd like to see what it puts down.
Just kind of chilling, cruising, about 2,800.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really nice that aggressive, that low end punch is really strong. You can feel that torque.
Yeah.
It's just something about that inline six, man. It just has that presence about it. But this is just, it's kind of a different animal. I think that, like, just having a really nice, just robust sedan it's just a good everyday car. It's like, it's everything about it. It's comfortable, it's sensible. It's like you're not taking it into a dangerous territory where you compromise just the dependability of the car. And I think that's what makes it such a great platform. It's got that really nice growl, man.
Yeah.
I gotta say too, like, I'm really impressed with these ZF8 transmissions. I mean, so you've had DSG cars before.
That's right, man.
My Audi has a DSG, and it's just amazing what these more traditional torque converter automatic transmissions can do now. I don't feel like I noticed much difference as far as like the shift speed
Between the DSG?
between the DSG and the ZF. I mean, let me know what you think. You've owned both, obviously.
It's a hard call, but just off the hip, man, the DSG is just quicker to me. It's
Feels
quicker,
faster.
it's crisper.
So you feel like the DSG maybe just that slight edge, especially with the DSG too, because
Yes,
DSG in its stock
absolutely.
form, I mean, it's quick, no doubt. I mean, it's a dual clutch, but when you get a TCU tune, I mean, it bangs into gear
Absolutely,
really quick. So
no doubt. And the two GTIs I had, I didn't have the TCU tune, and I was still more impressed with the shift quality, the shift sound, the crispness than the ZF8. I just have to off the
you
hip.
drove mine before.
I have.
You drove mine before with it.
I just got to think it's
just maybe a little bit.
It's just a little bit more, man.
But with this F30 here though, you haven't touched the transmission as far as like any TCU tunes or anything like that.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so it's we're still basically just stock transmission. Is that something you've looked at doing with like the what is it, like ZHP, if I'm not mistaken?
I think it's ZHP.
The transmission tune on these cars?
Yeah, I have looked at it. I've thought about it.
Okay.
I'm probably going to do it.
Yeah.
I need to do the service on it, but I mean, with the power you're putting down, you always want to kind of support that. And
probably just more pressure.
Yeah,
more pressure, just to really make sure that you don't have any slippage or anything like that.
I think it does need the tune. I'll be looking at that.
I would do it. I don't think it's that terribly expensive either. It's probably well worth the money.
Oh, absolutely.
Now let's talk about your drivetrain. So of course we are in the all-wheel drive X-Drive.
That's right.
Of this 335i, and what do you think as far as like rear-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive? Because you've had both, right? You've had front-wheel drive with your GTIs. You've had rear-wheel drive with your Infinities. What do you think is the biggest difference? I mean, do you find just like that you're always pretty much getting the grip?
Absolutely, yeah.
You're not spinning.
I'm just thinking back to the GTI front-wheel drive, the Infinity rear-wheel drive, all beefed up and whatnot. Man, it's just, you can't compare.
Yeah.
You just can't compare. And obviously people say, okay, well, you have a little bit more weight and it's not as sporty. I'd have to disagree. I'm not running around trying to do burnouts and stuff, although fun. But, with that said, I have yet to slip in this car. Not once. Even with rain, No problem.
Just gripping. It just hooks. It
hooks.
just grabs. There's no drama. Like, you're not like sending the rear end out. But I think also it's a matter of like, you have your guys that are like, all right, look, man, I'm trying to have the most enjoyable experience, and then you kind of have that traditional background. Some people feel like you have to have that rear-wheel drive platform to have a driver's car experience.
Yeah.
And I get that to a point, but at the same time, it's like, it just seems so much more practical to have all-wheel drive out of the box when you know up front, like, you have intention to make well over 100 more horsepower and torque over stock. So
yeah,
it's better to have it not need it. I mean, that's just the way. Because I mean, these cars, if you had rear-wheel drive, you got an open differential, and I think at that point you're just going to be, it's going to be spinning. So.
And while we're talking about that too, in addition to that, people talk about, because they also make this platform manual.
Yeah.
So people like manual rear-wheel drive, and absolutely, I would have fun with that.
Right.
In my personal opinion, I like to be able to shift as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Put down the power as efficiently as possible.
Yep.
And maintain tire life, right? So that would kind of be my summary of the comparison, because I talk to a lot of guys who are like, yeah, rear-wheel drive manual, and you know, we've gone, your ZF8 DSG is always going to shift quicker. I mean, it's just, that's as simple as it is.
You're not going to be able to outshift it, man. You're not going to be able to outshift it. People can defend their manuals to the edge of the earth, and it's just always going to come back to,
That's right. What shifts faster?
Yeah, you can't beat the automatic. It's technology, man. I mean, there's a reason we're not using cassette tapes anymore.
Uh-oh, shots fired. Oops, sorry. You just gotta be careful.
He's doing it on the pole.
Race Baptist. Just a light cops. Of course, right there too, huh?
Yeah.
Now I'm all sketched out. With the cop's hat. You know, like SpongeBob meme?
Yeah.
Where he's like the caveman, he's like... Yo, you should put that up.
SpongeBob. Leave that in there. Alright guys, so we're setting off here in the F30 335I. And let's see how it does. Oh man, that's very responsive.
Jumpy.
Yeah, it pulls pretty nice. It's amazing, like, coming from like the DSG, like, you have to kind of wait for that clutch engagement. So like when you put your foot on the gas, it's not immediate. But jumping back into that traditional automatic, like, you just, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to really like wait so much. Like, it's just like, oh, no, there's power.
Now that's definitely something always in the back of your mind with the DSG. You know, we were talking about getting comfortable with it.
Dude, that's gnarly. I like that. Sounds really good, man. Just
so?
that yeah. I mean, the mid-range power is just, dude, it's just punchy, man. It's just punchy. Yeah, that sounds good, man. Definitely hold the gears nicely. Let's see about that power here. Dude, it just goes. I mean, like, there's virtually no lag. I mean, it just immediately, just that robust, just that punch, man.
Yeah, if there's lag, I'm not picking up on it.
Like I said, man, I'm just really impressed. Just that BM3 Stage 2. I mean, what a great tune, just out of the box. I mean, it feels just, it's just so aggressive, man. It's got that raw, just throatiness.
Yeah, that'll get you going, man. $600, easy to tune.
Jeez. Oh my goodness.
Wide open, just screaming,
Gosh,
man.
Just so aggressive. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna go BMW, I feel like BM3. You just can't go wrong with that. I feel like it's kind of interesting too. Like, kind of going back to the transmission. Like, when you're at low speeds, just kind of under normal throttle, it's not quite as just intensely notchy, but like once you push it, it's like, okay, I got you. I know what to do.
I know what
Bam,
I know what you want.
Yeah, it can give you that, like, that dual clutch speed when it wants, but like at low speeds or like moderate acceleration, it kind of feels like a normal transmission.
That's right.
That's kind of the best way I can describe it. Coming out of that turn, man, it's just that, bro, that X drive, it just grips, man. It just grips, like, and it's interesting, like, kind of kind of feeling that because, like, from my world, it's almost more front-wheel drive first and then rear-wheel drive.
Okay.
Oh, here's an overpass.
Freaking rocket, dude.
Yeah.
So do you feel that though with your Quattro? Like you can tell the difference comparing the all-wheel drive systems.
Dude, I would say so. Like this one feels more symmetrical.
Okay.
It just feels more balanced. Like with the Audi, like you kind of feel it. Like it digs deep. It kind of claws in with the front tires, and like you can feel like the rear is sort of like assists the entire driving process.
Yeah.
That's kind of my best way to summarize it.
If you want it in like manual, you push it over, and then show you're in sport, and then press it down again, and it'll put you in. So there you go. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times, like when I first got it, I got in the car and I was pressing up to go up in gear.
Yeah, because it's actually the way it should be.
Yeah. So compared to the DSG, how do you feel about that?
I think the DSG. I think you're right. I think the DSG with the tune is a little bit sharper.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit more. You know, I mean, I'm not like hammering it, but
yeah,
it's still really fast though, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fantastic transmission. I mean, it's just, there's nothing but great things to say about it. Feels really good, man.
Yeah.
Just nice and aggressive. I have to say, like, for anybody in the market for a performance-oriented car that's going to be a good value of just performance, reliability, just an overall enjoyable vehicle where you can make some gains, but it still serves as like that everyday car, just a good driver. I think the F30 BMW right now is one of the best values in a car.
At the price point.
The price point, I mean, the price has come down considerably where they're just much more attainable now. They've got a little bit more miles on them, but you can still get so much car for your money with any 335 or 235, 435, really any of those F-Series BMWs.
That's right. And again, comparing it to all the platforms I've had, again, the Infiniti, the Audi VW, now BMW, it just has everything to offer at a great price. And
it does, man.
I've modded all of those platforms, and it just doesn't compare. So,
corner here. Well, a little bit of roll, but not bad, not bad. I mean, your coilovers, we'll dial that in. Get some sway bars. Drone's really not that bad, man. It's just like you said, there's certain spots.
Yeah, like I can't tell if I get used to it or just get more annoyed by it. Like that's kind of where I'm at with it. But it's not terrible. No, it's not terrible.
It's not. I've heard far worse, man. Yeah. I've heard far worse. I just have to say, huge thanks for coming out. I'm really impressed with the 335. Amazing performance, traction, X-Drive, absolutely the way to go. BM3 tune, dude, so violent, so aggressive. I mean, I have nothing but great things to say, man. I'm really impressed with just the overall package.
That's good to hear, man. Yeah, and thanks for having me. Always a pleasure. Look forward to future videos.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, same. Everything you said. I'm more than satisfied with everything I've put on it, or the little I put on it. Really, if you think about it, stage 2 and a couple bolt-ons is all. So, and I don't think there's as much you can do to it as your Audi, but very satisfied. I was glad we were able to hook up, man.
Dude, absolutely, man. Had a blast. Appreciate you providing the review, and we'll definitely do some more collaborations in the future. Alright guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for today's review. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe for more. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.